We spent one amazing month overlanding and exploring Mexico, with 13 stops on our trip itinerary. We loved Mexico, but now it's time to continue our journey north, through the USA and back to Canada. Today is border crossing day. We are just driving our last little bit in Mexico, and we are headed for the Mexico-US border of Ciudad Juarez and El Paso, Texas. So kind of a fun morning for amazing adventures. Waking up to snow. Got up, so it rained all night, and then I was like, oh sweetie, I'm like, we should wake up. I think the rain has stopped. Like maybe we should start like packing up. And then I kind of joked, I'm like, maybe the rain stopped because it's actually snowing. Chris is like, no. Open up the tent.
Don't be ridiculous. It's not snowing. It's Wyoming in end of May.
I tell you, going down the ladder, clearing off the snow as I'm going down in my socks to step in my snowy wet Crocs, so that I could fetch our warm, dry hikers. Ugh. We woke up to that snow and ice, and we were trying to figure out whether we were going to stay, whether we were going to go. Well, Chris made some coffee, and then we jumped in the car, blasted the heat to kind of warm up and try to figure out a plan. So we had very little cell service there, but we were able to get a little glimmer of service so we could update the weather. And what did we get? Winter weather warning for like the next 12 hours. So looking at everything, and then it's still supposed to rain a bit the next day, we just decided that, you know what, even though it's a gravel road, the mud is like really slick and slippery and sticky, we decided to make a break for it. We were unsure whether that road getting out of camp, it was about 8 miles in total?
Yep.
About 8 miles, 5 which is like really soft roading. That 5 miles, raining for another 12 hours, or rain/snow for another 12 hours. We just weren't sure if that was going to put us in any better situation to get out, so we decided to go for it. The Escape, she's a little champ. She does have 4-wheel drive, and
also didn't know if other people are going to be driving on that road, how wrecked it was going to go and get. So if there was large trucks going back and forth on that road at all, that road would just get destroyed in this weather. So might as well be the first person to make the tracks out of there.
We made some friends the night before, and we were talking with them throughout the morning to try to figure out, like, are they going? Because we both had planned to leave today, and they're in a 2-wheel drive van, and so they were thinking that they were going to wait. And then after we had coffee, we decided, we saw the weather, we decided we were going to go. And so we went back to talk to them, and they're still kind of on the fence. We're not 100% sure what the rest of our journey is going to look like now. We were planning to camp a couple more days, 2 more camp locations on our way back to Canada. And we've kind of been tracking the weather this whole time, and we knew that we might hit weather that was too cold to camp. Quick little update here. We are really close to the US-Canadian border, probably about 15 miles, something like that, 10 miles. Yesterday, the weather was quite bad, and cold and rainy most of the day, so we just kept driving until we were finding something that was a little bit better, and we ended up stopping in a little town called Malta, which is about an hour outside of the Canada-US border. There's like a little community park there that they allow camping, so we stopped there for the night. The weather was good, and we're back on the road this morning, headed for Canada. We'll be back in Canada today and headed to Chris's mom's. So hopefully all goes well crossing the border. It is a small little town border crossing, and we've come through a few of those before on motorbike trips, and other times we've been driving across the country and stuff, and I would say those little border crossings are always a bit of a gamble. Either they don't care, or they have nothing else to do because there's nobody crossing the border, so they search everything. We're officially back in Canada after 17 months. We made it through the border. They did search our car, but nothing crazy, and we're back on the road, and we should be home to Chris's mom soon.
Sun is coming up, are you ready to go? We can take a ride, we can take it slow. Your will is my law, I'ma let you be the boss, 'cause I'll go where you go. I'll take you to a place we can see it all. Step off the edge, I can break your fall. Your will is my law, I'ma let you be the boss, 'cause I'll go where
we made it across the Canadian border, and we've now stopped at the first Tim Hortons that we've come across. We have not had a Timmy's coffee in over 500 days. We sound so Canadian right now, but it's nice to stop and have that little treat. Oh yeah, as good as I remember.
We'll be spending time visiting family and friends in Canada before we head back on the road for our next big adventure. We're going to Baja, Mexico for the winter. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next amazing adventure.